Hello and welcome to Storybird.com. This is another tutorial on how you and your peer, after creating your storyboard with your rubric, you can make your story connection, but in a more artful way on Storybird. Once you come to storybird.com/account/login, you'll be sent to be able to sign in. You will have your username and your password. And once you have that, you can just type in enter or press enter. Let's try it again. And submit. And you'll be taken to some stories that have already been made, but what you want to go to is to your activity. So the activity folder is currently empty, and you do have an assignment, so you want to make sure that you go to your class, and here are your assignments. So it looks like here you need to make a story connection. In our class library, it's the same story that I have uploaded for you to use as an example. And these are the different students that will be having access to each of the assignments so far. So click on Story Connection, then you'll have a due date at the bottom as well. So here you're going to have a little blurb of what's expected, but you've already created your storyboard with the rubric, so you won't have a hard time making your story connection. You're just basically putting it on paper or computer and then being able to print it out. So after reading with your peers, make a connection with what you read. Your connection should be either text to self, text to text, or text to world. You can start off saying things like, I remember when something similar happened to me, or this reminds me of. So here on the example, I have chosen a different type of artist, and you'll be able to choose the artist that you want to use. So here I put on the front cover, it just says, Welcome to My Dream World, created by April Woolsey. I recently read the book, The Invention of Hugo Cabaret, and you can also put the author. So reading this book reminded me to dream big, that when dreaming you need to be able to reach for the stars. The main characters in The Invention of Hugo Cabaret showed me that we don't have to dream alone, that we are all connected in one way or another, and it's better and more fulfilling when dreaming together. So these are just different pictures and different connections that I made with the book after I read it, how it made me feel in the end. So once you take a look at the example, you can go to Start a Storybird for this assignment, and you'll be taken to different places where you can actually choose what type of art you would like to use depending on what kind of book you read. So again, you're going to be able to be really, really creative. Just make sure that you make a connection and you use one of these as a template. And you can even use these type of tags that are used, which are just kind of categories. So say you read a book on healthy eating. So if you go to health, you have all these different types of templates here. And then you can just click the back button. How about you read something about ballet? So again, different types of artists will give you all kinds of art. And once you click on one of these, it'll bring you to different artwork by the artists all down here. So if you say View All, it'll take you to all of these. So if I can just go back and then I'll choose this one. And you'll click on Use This Art for a story. And it'll give you all the different artwork by the artist that we were just looking at, but it was in a long page view. But see how these are all on the side, and you can move them around, and sometimes there's other artwork underneath them because the page isn't big enough to view them all. So here's your cover, and this is where we can only do the classic right now, and you can choose different types of colors to put in the background. And this is where you can put a picture, and you just click and drag it over, and then this is where you'll put your text. And I'm just typing in, "This is my mother when I fell at the ballet recital." And it auto-corrects some of your misspellings as well. I think that's right. So the next thing you can do is save it. And then you can go on to another page. So here is the page that you originally chose. You can put your text down here, and then you could just keep adding more pages, as many as you want. And you can just keep dropping and dragging these different art, and then you can put your text in here. Just make sure you use your story connection. And once you're done with this, you can just click Save, and then click back on Menu, and just save and close it, because that way I need to take a look at it before you actually publish it. So save and close. And it says on published. That's because I will take a look at it and then allow you to publish it. So once you're done with that, you can just log out. And thank you for joining me for Storybird, an artful way for you to tell your story.